Hey there! We're talking about the very first system you should be implementing in your auto repair shop. I'm Rachel Evans from the Workshop Whisperer and have Dean Evans with me this morning. Dean.
So the first system we're going to talk about, we call it inside the engine room the expert selling system. And it is, as I've just said, the first system we introduce any new members of the engine room into, because one thing that we know technicians are rarely trained to do and rarely enjoy doing is sales. But the fact is that you're not in the business of fixing cars, you're actually in the business of selling repair work or selling custom rebuilds or selling whatever the thing it is that you're selling. And when we don't have a trust in our own ability to sell, we need to put our trust in a system that does the selling for us. That's why the expert selling system is so important. What is it, you're going to ask? First of all, it's a 6-step system that helps you to recommend additional work on a customer's vehicle in a way that increases the likelihood of the customer saying yes to the recommended work, and more importantly, at your prices. So removing the need to discount. Discounting is the devil's work. We've got a graph that shows how much additional work you've got to do if you apply a 20% discount. Yeah. You'd be amazed at how much additional work you need to do in time you probably don't have. But the key about expert selling system is it generates additional revenue on work that you've already got inside your workshop, you know, vehicles that are already up on the hoist. And that's important because you're not spending extra money on marketing. You've already got your labour assigned to those jobs. It generates what we call average repair order. It increases your average repair order, which is additional revenue in without having to market for more vehicles. The other part to having a system, think about, in many cases, you might have started your business by yourself. You've got to learn how to sell. Well, there's going to get to a point somewhere around $40,000 to $50,000 of turnover a month where you're going to need another pair of hands if you haven't already got them. And in which case, the expert selling system is a process, a methodology that you can teach the next technician that you hire to allow them to recommend additional work to the customers, to the owners of the vehicles they're working on. And as your technical or your technician team grows and you find yourself in a position where you might need to look for your first service advisor to come in and be the advocate for that customer's vehicle, to be the liaison between the workshop floor and and the customer, again, the expert selling system is a teachable and reproducible system that means your entire team is really using the same language, selling in the same way, talking to customers with the same, in the same framework to produce a pretty predictable result, which is higher revenue, increased average repair order.
And when we have a system that we're using to train people from, it means that right from the get-go, you are both on the same page. It's clear, it's in black and white. What license your service advisor will have is to put their own flair into being the advocate for the customer's vehicle. So the expert selling system, it's number one module in our engine room program, because what we're doing is implementing a system that means additional cash, additional gross profit margin on every job, which then flows into our number two module in the engine room, which is implementing a cash flow model to look after that money. So not only is it the most important system for you to implement into your auto repair shop, it's also the most important place for our incoming engine room clients to start their journey. Dean, is there anything else that you would say about the most important system to implement into your auto repair business?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. One is someone might say, oh, but my customers are different. It doesn't work for me. we've heard that a million and one times. The framework works. There might be some areas that need to be filed off to fit inside the type of work that you do in terms of the language you use, or maybe some of the objections that are
the business specific language.
Yeah, your business specific language. But the framework works irrespective of the type of work that you do. And second is that it takes time to get used to it. Like doing anything new for the first time, it takes a bit of time for it to feel more natural, and for you to be able to put your own flair to the expert selling system framework. But once you realise that it's not actually about sales, it's about solving problems for your customers, and you're using the expert selling system framework to do it, it becomes super, super simple.
And I think that's the part. It's a framework. It's not a gimmick or a way of getting slimy, unethical sales through the books each day. It's a system, an ethical system that will help you educate your customers, as well as help increase the chance that they will say yes to your additional recommendations. So there you go. The Expert Selling System, a Workshop Whisperer signature system that should be the number one thing you implement in your auto repair shop. We'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.